Hello, today I'm joined by the wonderful Gordon Smith Dura, who's out there in Spain and who I found the other day. Where did I find you? I think I replied to a comment you'd left on a video.
Yeah, I think I commented on something that you when you were interviewing the Jehovah's Witness guy.
That's right, yeah. And then I found your channel, and then I sat up for about an hour watching your stuff, and I thought, this guy's fantastic.
Oh,
So
good.
here we are. What grabbed me is that you're teaching people to heal themselves, right?
Mm.
But you're also saying you're talking. I was just watching one of your videos with my son. We talk about where you're talking about the numbers going up, and my son's always got the numbers as well. And last year it was all ones, and then a few weeks ago it was twos, and then he said today, he said, I've been seeing fives all week, and I said, yes, so have I. It's just like 555 everywhere, stuff like that. And then it was just we were saying that at exactly the time your video was on in the background, saying about the numbers going up, and then he went, oh my God, they're going up. And I was like, yeah, they are. They're going up. How good's that?
Well, let me tell you something about that, Mark. You saw my channel. I have a very small following. It used to be really big, and then I think I started talking about something, and suddenly I was demonetized, and suddenly I had no subscribers. So, but I have a very limited subscriber base. But when I mentioned the numbers going up, 3 of the viewers said they've seen exactly the same thing. So I mean, that's pretty coincidental, isn't it? That's good.
Well, there are no coincidences.
No.
And it's real, it's happening, and it's wonderful, and it's accelerating. So you asked me just before the call, how am I? And I'm like, I don't even know where to start. Every day is insane, and brilliant and beautiful, and I'm getting visions and messages and all sorts of stuff. And I think when I saw your channel, you said that it was about a year ago that you started getting messages through meditation and yoga. What did you hear? How did it come to you? What does it look and feel like? And who is it?
Okay. So just let me give you a tiny little bit of background on me. I was brought up as a Jehovah's Witness.
Mm-hmm.
And I left when I was 21. I was ousted. I was expunged. My family didn't talk to me and things like that. So it took me a while to get over that. And one of the processes that I used to get over that was to be very anti-Bible, anti-religion, anti-God. I never really lost my faith in God, but I was anti-everything. I was quite anti.
I went through the same thing for about 20 years. Not that I didn't leave the Jehovah's Witnesses, but I had the same, so I relate to that.
I think we all go through our hero's journey, really, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Right. I've been very interested in experiencing ayahuasca. I don't know if you know anything about it. Yeah,
I've done it 10 times.
Fantastic. So you know all about it. So I was drawn to it, and they do say that ayahuasca finds you.
It does.
Ayahuasca.
It does. She finds you.
Yeah, she does. Yeah.
She does.
Yeah, La abuelita, as they call her here.
Yeah,
so I was drawn to it. I went there. I had some incredible experiences, so strong and so powerful. And, I experienced my own death and all of that, as you do. But one time I went, I was thrown to the ground, and for the whole weekend, I couldn't move. I was just absolutely, and all the message was, you must start to meditate. You must, because I've done hypnosis for a lot of years, but meditation, I kind of wasn't into it, the very first time that I meditated after that weekend, as I was sitting, I had a thought about doing something that I shouldn't be doing. I know it was one of those like, I wonder what that would be like. And my head went from side to side, and I knew it wasn't me, but I'm accustomed to talking to my higher self and to my using ideomotor signaling. So I wasn't worried about it. I just thought, so I asked the question, all right, is this my body wisdom? No. Is this my higher self? No. So then, okay, so is this something outside of me? Yes. And it was, my head was, whipping around. So I opened a dialogue, and then it started to move from head movements to internal, and then basically hearing the voice, and then the knowing. It's like a knowing that I get. But what they said was they were called, and we went through a bit of it. I had to fight with them on this one. They said, we are called the Emissaries of God. Now, based on my past, I thought, oh my God, please don't call yourselves the Emissaries of God. Anything but the Emissaries of God.
Well, did they try and say you're a watchtower then?
No, but I was thinking, what are people going to think? I've been sort of anti-religion, you know, no. And so I said, could you call yourself something else? I said, no, because we are the emissaries of God. So that's it. So that's what they said. But basically they said, we are here to help the earth to raise its vibration. We are here to give a message of hope and to let people know that there's a happy ending here. And we are all working with everyone around the earth to raise a vibration. Okay, so, and they said, we want you to help to give out the message. So I said, okay.
Well, you can tell watching your videos. I was like, well, yeah, this guy's on it. And what I'm finding is that this is getting more and more. Every day I'm hearing the same thing from
Absolutely
people all over the world. And have you seen the JCK videos, by the way?
Doesn't ring a bell. I may have, but I don't know.
You'd remember it if you had. She went viral about 10 days ago because she did a deep meditation, and she went astrally projected or remote viewed into what was going on underneath Australia, and she saw this giant sinkhole, demons, cyclops, minotaurs, all sorts of vril by the sounds of it. All of these creatures are real, and they're there, and they're eating babies. And and this went viral because why did it go viral? Because people are connecting with it, because it's ringing true, And what's the biggest trick the devil ever pulled off?
Pretending he doesn't exist. No.
Exactly. So I think we have got a lot of help. I'm looking up in the sky as I'm talking to you because often I see a few things here, but it's becoming very almost loud. It's like hard to, which is impossible to ignore it now. And I think it's just going to get better and better and better. And I'm interested in this, the number sequence going up. I think it's quite amusing, actually, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And I tell you what's happened to me as well is that happened for about 2 or 3 weeks. And now the numbers have gone back to double. 19, 19, 13, 13. So they've gone back again. It's almost like we've gone up a notch. And that when I was asking the emissaries what that was about, and they said, it's just to show you, when you see numbers repeating, you're on track.
Yeah.
That you're on your path. And they said it was just to show that we've just taken a big a step up in terms of energy. But there's something I thought was fascinating when I first started, and I said to them, look, I haven't got any followers. I've got very few followers. So what's the point of my message? And they said, the power of the message is not in the listening of the message. It's in the speaking. And they were saying, in the beginning was the word.
Yeah.
And so they said, it's the act of saying the words that create. It isn't so much the listening. They say, yeah, the listening helps because that helps other people to start saying the words, but it's the speaking that actually creates.
Of course it is. And, I was having this conversation the other day with somebody about, I think it was yesterday, about my poems. I was like, it doesn't matter if, one of my poems, I don't know if you've seen any of them.
Yes, I saw the recent one.
Well, one of them's about, the kids, save our children and all of that. And that, I literally wrote that in 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. And then before I knew it, it was filmed. And then before I knew it, it was online. But I said to this person, I said, it doesn't matter if how many people see it, because it's said and it's out there. And it's very similar actually to, I've taught law of attraction stuff in the past, in seminars. And one of the things I get people to do is write down the things that they want to be. Because as soon as you write it down, it exists in the world, and it becomes one step closer in reality, because we manifest our reality. So saying all that, I think, the way it seems to be working, I mean, 3 weeks ago, I had 0 subscribers, now there's 2,000, and it's like, it doesn't really, I don't care. I'm not doing this for money, this is just to talk about this stuff, because what I'm finding is that people like me find people like you. We go on each other's channel, and then and that's what's happening. So that's what's going to happen. That's the way it's going to go.
I believe so. Yeah, and like you, I'll tell you a story. I did a video where I talked about the emissaries coming to me and everything, and I had a message from a client that I had, because I actually work with people with hypnosis, NLP, and everything to help them with the traumas and stuff like that. And I had a client that I'd seen maybe 5 years ago. She sent me a message through Messenger, and she said, "Gordon, are you free to talk? I need to tell you something." I said, "Yeah, no problem." I hadn't spoken to her for 5 years. And she said, "Something's happened, and I think that you were the only person I can talk to." So I said, "Right, tell me what happened." So we set up a call, and she said, "I was in deep meditation," sounds familiar, "and I was contacted by a group of beings." And I said, "Really? What did they say?" And she said, "that I've got a job to do here on Earth, and I've got to help to raise the vibration of the Earth." And I was thinking, man, this is incredible. But she didn't know anything about me. Didn't know. She just knew that she had to contact me. And I think this is everywhere. Here on YouTube, it's just one after the other. People saying, whilst I was in meditation, I was contacted. And so my message now in my channel is always for everybody. What the emissaries have told me is this, that the earth vibration is increasing, so it's becoming more and more easy for them to reach us. Yeah. Obviously, you imagine heavy energy, earth energy, light workers energy. Sometimes the only way that they can get to us is through our meditation, when we lift our energy up, and they can come down so far. And so what they said to me was to help people to understand that they just need to silence the mind. I mean, what have we done? What have they done to us? They've given us this. And that means that every waking moment is spent with the monkey brain going on. Even when people are on the loo now, it's phone time. You know, so the only time in the shower, I used to have loads of things that would come to me in the shower, because it was one of the few times where I was switched off. And even now, they've got a waterproof gadget, so you can have your effing phone in the shower as well.
Right, it drives me mad. And I did actually, in a previous video about 5 years ago for my business, I actually did a video about how I created a multi-million-pound business with an idea on the loo, because all my ideas are on the loo. All of my ideas.
Absolutely. Well, all of mine were in the shower, and that's because, you know, they can get to you when you calm your mind. And so that's the message I think is very important for everyone. You must calm the mind, because more and more we're having less opportunity to do that. You know, especially those who watch the TV, bless them, turn it off, please turn it off. But it's a constant, and plus they're in a very low vibration hypnosis. The television automatically puts you in hypnosis. 30 seconds after switching it on, you're in hypnosis.
Well, I said this in the previous video, but it's worth repeating that it was probably about 9 or 10 years ago. And I came home one day, and the kids were all in the playroom. I've got 5 kids, and they were all there, and they were glued to the TV. And I walked in front of them, and then I walked back, and I walked 2 or 3 times, and they didn't see me.
Yeah.
And I was like, gee, this is literally, and I think that was actually something to do with the digital switchover, because it was always hypnotic, but nowhere near as hypnotic as it got. And the TV is 100% the problem. So I got rid of the TV, stopped paying my license, and then went over the line of actually denying the people who came to collect the money for the license.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. I heard you say that.
That was a big step. That was a really big step, because I was literally stepping outside of the matrix for a second. And it was, you know, it was one of the scariest things I'd ever done. And I've done some scary things, you know.
Sure.
So, yeah, TV. So your job is to help raise the vibrational frequency. Meditation's top of the list.
Absolutely. It's vital.
I'm hearing it all the time.
Yeah, it's vital. Everybody must start. And, you know, can I add something to this? One of the reasons I didn't like meditation, and I loved hypnosis, I've always done self-hypnosis, which is not that different, but it is, was I didn't like it because it was too difficult. And, you've got to shut your mind down, and my mind's giving it this. And I'm thinking, I'll never do this. And it can put you off. What I realize now is meditation, for them to get to us, it's so easy now because of the way that the vibration's lifting, that you don't have to be a super duper, meditation expert. You just need to quieten your mind down. And all that is is taking 10 minutes to sit, eyes closed, and focus on your breathing. And that's it. That's all you have to do. And once what they do, and again, I've heard this, and I know you've mentioned the word as well, they download into me. When I'm meditating, instantly they throw my head forward. They used to throw it back, and I had to complain because it was hurting my neck. So they throw my head forward, and I'm downloaded. And so what they do is, if you go into a meditative state, they are going to start downloading to you because you're allowing them, you're joining. And so what will happen is, as soon as you do that, you will notice a shift in your own self, in your own energy, in your own vibration. They'll do it. They're waiting. They're just there. They're there. And as soon as you enter into that place, they'll be there and helping you.
Yeah, I started getting downloads that I was conscious of about 6-7 years ago, but I didn't know what to do with them. And I didn't trust myself well enough. But then, synchronicities, the numbers, everything was going on. But I didn't know, there was nobody to talk to. I didn't know what to do about it. And then I think I went a bit unconscious for a bit. And then it's just gone through the roof in the last year, 2 years. And with the meditation thing, I've not been a great meditator, but today I was like, I'd just done some work, and I was like, right, get upstairs, meditate, right? So I sat down, and I got this thing on, and then I'm going flick. I'll just read one more thing. No, put it down. Put the second thing down. And then I'm lying there. And what's happening with me is that I'm actually getting really excited because I can't wait to see what I'm going to see.
Yeah. And
when it comes to you, it's just magnificent. I mean, you know what it's like with ayahuasca and stuff like that, but the images, the visuals I'm getting. I mean, I'm not like JCK going down and seeing all these demons in hell. I did see a demon a couple of weeks ago, which was extremely real. I wasn't scared of him, but he was a big, powerful, silver red Minotaur character through his nostrils at me. But today I saw this beautiful gold, come towards me. And I thought, is that a bird's beak coming at me? Because it was sort of coming at me like this. And then it kind of shifted into a kind of gold statue. But it's a kind of color that you can't explain. Gold's the closest thing I can explain to it, but it's more than that.
Sure.
And it's just stunning. So I'm as we were talking about you with my son earlier, I said, you get in there. I just sent him some guided meditations. Just get down, sit down, get it done, because this is going to make all of this work better for all of us.
Yeah.
Because it's now time for us to visualize the future that we want and to focus on this timeline, this golden age, which I truly believe is happening and is coming.
Just around the corner. It's just around the
corner.
corner.
Already here. I mean, I met somebody yesterday who said it started on the 2nd of September. And I was like, really? How do you know that? And she says, well, I know this guy who's ascended all the way up and he's come back down to help. And he's giving instructions to Trump and people like that. I'm like, wow, really? Because half of you's like, that sounds a bit bonkers, but actually nothing sounds bonkers anymore.
No. It's what I'm hearing, Mark, is that, for example, I saw the most fantastic roundtable with Sasha Stone. It was alive. And he finished with some information that was just so blew my mind, because it kind of helped me to put puzzle pieces together, because I've been kind of puzzling about, the mark of the beast and revelation, because we are in the moment of revelation. Things are being revealed.
Yeah.
And it was just something he was talking about the fact that they're trying to create in us, that they're desperate. All right, let's say the baddies, okay, whatever you want to call it, the devil, the baddies. They want to create that, what's it called? The transhumanism.
Yeah.
Right? That means what they want to do is they want to take away our souls. They want to take our souls from us. And so what they want to do, it's like, it's the, can you remember in Woolworths? I don't know whether the pick and mix, yeah?
Yeah.
And, this is the pick and mix grab at the moment. The baddies against the goodies. And they're in, and the baddies are out trying to get as many as they can, because they know they're going to go down. It's like the beast is dying, but it's thrashing its tail at the moment.
Well, it doesn't care. It knows it's lost, but it doesn't care the damage it causes on the way out.
Absolutely.
which is why, I'm constantly like, okay, lockdown, I hate it, but maybe we should sort of be inside and keep our heads down. Because you said something about hibernating, and I was like, one of your videos, you said it's time to hibernate and keep your head down. And I was thinking, shit, well, I'm not doing that because I've started a YouTube channel.
I think it's not so much about not speaking out. We have to speak out. I believe it's kind of like not doing anything silly. It's like, for example, I went to a demonstration on Sunday. It was beautiful, loads and loads of people. But in those things, you can see there are some areas that you just should not go to. There are areas, you're being nice to the police. You're not doing anything antagonistic because that gives them the excuse to move in and do it. So I think it's kind of like, don't be aggressive. Don't go out looking for trouble. Let's just get our message out and stay low.
Well, that's interesting you say that, because two things come to mind. Yesterday I had a psychic attack, which was really quite strong, but I recognize it now.
Right.
And I knew what to do. And I've also got lots of help. So that cleared up, and I woke up today feeling great. But on Saturday, I went to Dublin for the Yellow Vest March.
Ah, okay.
And I woke up, like you went to a protest, I woke up kind of ready for a confrontation, right? And then I went into the shop, which I've been in every day throughout the lockdown, no problem. There was an old man there, and he started shouting at me about why I hadn't got a mask on. And my hackles rose right up, and I was ready. I was fight or flight. I was ready for the fight. He could see that. He backed off and walked away. But then it took me about an hour to calm down. And by the time I got to Dublin, it was beautiful because the energy there was so lovely. The people that were there were so vibrating at this phenomenal frequency.
Yeah.
But I realized that I created that situation, because I had it in my mind that it was like, going to a protest is actually quite a big step, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
I took two of my kids and I said, look, I'm bringing you here so that you can feel this, so you can experience it. And I believe history is being made right now. And I want you're going to be pissed off if you look back and say, well, I was just home on the PlayStation instead of being here and experiencing this stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And they got a lot. It's amazing what they got out of it. Amazing. And I was going to say something else, but it just flipped out of my head. But so as far as I understand it, raising frequency means being healthier, eating more fresh organic food, being out in nature, which is one of the things I like about your videos, out in nature. I try to do that as often as I can.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all actually quite common sense, isn't it? Less TV, less fear. Because getting out of the fear, though, is the biggest problem. But is that a case of, do you get the feeling, or do you get any messages from these, what do you call them again? The emissaries. The emissaries of God. Hello, emissaries. It's quite a fancy title, isn't it? They couldn't call themselves Bob. It's like the Doctor Who title, isn't it? You
know what's even more interesting? I Googled it because I thought, wow, and there are other people channeling the same group.
Well, it's fascinating. I mean, what I'm loving about this channel is people who've got all these different stories, and it's all, I think it all comes down to the same thing at the end of the day, but whatever. Emissaries of God is it's quite a good title. Where was I? I've forgotten what I was saying.
So you were talking about health and raising vibration by doing common sense things.
Yeah. No, what I was getting to is, what about like the demonstration for me was vivid. There was a line of people on the side of the road, all with masks on, watching all these people vibrating at a high frequency, singing nice songs, and also shouting at the people, "Take off your mask, take off your mask." And then the people looking at them like, what are they talking about? And it cracks me up because it's like, if I was one of them, I'd be thinking, well, why are all these people out? They can't all be, they don't, But what my daughter showed me a TikTok a couple of hours ago of like a 12-year-old from Dublin saying, for anybody there, and this is a 12-year-old, right? And he's going, anybody there, I won't bother doing the accent because it's not very good. Anybody out there who, I was walking in Dublin, I saw these things and I was like, what's going on? And then I saw all these people not wearing masks. And I want to tell you this, any of you people that went on that march, I hope that when you do put a fucking mask on, you fucking die. This is a 12-year-old kid. And I'm like, it's never been more apparent, the satanic energy that is in people that they don't realize it's in them, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And there's this divide right now. How do you raise the frequency of somebody that doesn't just thinks you're a nutter? You know,
I don't think that that's our job. I really don't think that that's our job, because it's a bigger job than what we are capable of doing. You know, there's a big war going on. I think our job is to help one another. And I'll give you an idea of how I see it. When the lockdown started here in Spain, obviously it's been very tough here in Spain. Lots and lots of months of lockdown. My wife's family is we're very, very like pro television. What the television tells you is the right thing. And of course, we woke up 17 years ago. And so it's like, God bless you for us. It's like, yeah, load of crap, you know, lies. So, and they've always thought we were a bit mad. So at the beginning, we had big arguments. Obviously, my wife wants to help them to wake up. They think she's crazy. And so what happened was we had these awful conversations at the beginning. But little by little, I've noticed this, we're starting to have conversations now, not shouting, conversations, and they're starting to listen to our side. And that's the process that I see is happening, but it's a very personal thing. And I think for everybody who's awakened, they have people in their family, their relationships, that just by dint of fact that those people are with you, they are picking up on your vibration. They can't help it. And so you are lifting them just by being with them, you know? So I think that's kind of our role, is not to try and change the world, because that it's in the hands of the baddies. It's, you know, I mean, it's been in the hands of the baddies for a long time, but we change the world by changing one person, just somebody that's close to us, I think. And that's our job. And then they do the rest.
So again, another great optimistic conversation. Are you, how are you visualizing the golden age, as I've called it? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's pretty exciting, isn't it? It's unbelievably exciting, actually. But again, back to my son, he said to me, "It's just too good to be true." And I know, but I really think it's happening. You know.
There are two ways of looking at it, and this, I just had this conversation with my wife as well. It can sound too good to be true. Fair enough. But if enough people focus on it, we're going to have it anyway. We're going to create it. We are creators. We are sparks of God. We're little pieces of God. We have the creative ability. That's why we've got so much crap, because we've accepted that and we've promoted it and we created it. Now it's time to you know, and I keep saying to people, stop. Look, you know the bad stuff. We know what's happening. Don't look at it anymore. If you're awake and you know it and you've done your homework, now it's time to look at the light. Look to the light, because we've got to be the ones at the forefront of this, creating this future. It's like we're the pavers. We're paving the road by creating it, and the road that's coming is, I mean, I could tie it up to, you know, the way that I say to people, as a Jehovah's Witness, they're always talking about Armageddon. And like, it was awful. Everybody was going to die, except the Jehovah's Witnesses. Of course, they had a monopoly on.
I remember that from years ago, yeah.
Yeah. But what I say to people is, look, there was always a happy ending in the Bible. There's always a happy ending, which is, what's a happy ending? Well, the goodies come down and they send us off, and we live a golden age for 1,000 years. After that, then we're really bored with the golden age and we have to go back and start again, but that's another story. But we're going to be led off to a golden age, and we are the ones who we're the ones giving witness. You know, it's not the Jehovah's Witnesses. We are the witnesses of what's happening, of the revelation. So we're going to be taken off. Saying, don't worry about it. It's a happy ending. It really is a happy ending. And what it's going to be, I can't even begin to get. I get a feeling, and it's so overwhelming that I kind of, I don't know what to do with it, because we're not there yet.
Well, that's why the awakening process is in stages. That's becoming obvious to me, that you get, it's like the ayahuasca. It comes to you when you're ready. And
can I tell you something, please? It's very important, because it came to me before.
Of course.
Every day that I meditate, they download to me. Okay. And have a conversation while they're downloading. And I say, are you downloading? And they say, yes, we are. What are you downloading? The next level. Okay. So I said to them, right, so the next level of what? And they said, well, the next vibrational level up, because the vibration is going. So we are kind of, it's like we're keeping you just right at the forefront of the vibrational increase, which everyone's having. So I said to them, aha, can you not just take me like a couple of weeks ahead? And they said, no, what would be the point of that? They said, if we took you too far ahead, you would lose touch with reality and you wouldn't be able to help nor affect anybody here. Mm. They said, what we've got to do is we've got to, the same as everybody they're working with, we keep you just at the forefront with that level so you can affect other people. So just like you say, it's stages. We can't jump ahead because it's not the right time. But it's every day it's changing. Every moment it's changing.
And, you know, whereas I've been guilty of driving in the car, going, you know, seeing people in their mask, go, take off your mask. What are you doing with your mask? So I've been through, now I'm driving through town going, it's okay. It's their spiritual journey. They're exactly where they need to be. I've just got to focus on my bit. So I'm shifting. I'm definitely shifting. And my channel is kind of documenting that to some degree, which I'm pleased about because it's actually all, the pennies are starting to drop. And I'm having faith in it. And it is a time of faith, which is something also I resisted for a long time. So it's like, okay, look, what's the choice? You know, we're not going down that dark. I'm not going down that dark road. I don't want to live in that world that they want us to live in, the transhumanist world. I know all about it. I don't want to live there. So, and it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
I agree with you, Mark. And again, another message that I've heard, it just, what I don't know that you've noticed this, but what I notice is that I pick up on lots of people saying the same thing across a couple of days. It's like, this is the new message. And it was only a short while ago, the new message was pray. Yeah. Everybody should start to pray. And it came out, boom, 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 boom. Everyone was saying pray. And it was bizarre because at the same time, I'd stopped talking to the universe. I've always talked to the universe. And I started talking to God. And that was something that I lost when I left the witnesses. And I just thought, no, I've got to go to source here because this is too important. And so another message is very important for everybody. Start praying, because praying is affirming, is affirmations, is cosmic ordering. It's the whole thing.
Goosebumps.
Yeah.
I wouldn't normally say this to anybody, let alone on a YouTube channel, but I was, these aren't ordinary times. I was driving in the car this morning and I just started saying the Lord's Prayer out loud.
Let me tell you, there are two lines that keep coming to me and I repeat them over and over again. And often it makes me cry when I'm out. Often when I'm out running, I pray, which is your will on earth as it is in heaven. And that's what I have to keep saying all the time. It's like, I surrender, look, your will as you want it here on earth. And it's so powerful. And I would recommend it to everybody, you know, just start asking for it. Ask for him to bring his will down on the earth.
It's a very powerful message. And, you know, I'm hearing it, same as you, all over the place. And I think our job is to just keep talking about this stuff and let people have to find it themselves. People who find this video will find it because it's right for them to find it. And hopefully that'll trigger something else and they'll find somebody else. And that's what this is all about right now, isn't it?
That's absolutely, it is. And as we said before, it's about saying it. The power of actually saying that, you know, even just us saying your will here on earth, you know,
it is.
It's like, that's it. It goes boom.
Yeah.
Another release of energy and a new level.
Fabulous. So how do people connect with you, Gordon? Is it the YouTube channel? You do healing?
Yeah, I've got it. Really, I only have the YouTube channel, which is Heal Yourself Therapies, or my name, Gordon Smith Dura.
I'll put the link in the description.
Yeah. And yeah, you can come and see my videos that have 80 views.
Well, they'll have a few more after this. And then, you know, the next thing you get on, there'll be a few more. That's the way it goes.
Sure. Yeah. But well, I can promise anyone that comes to my channel that the message that you get is always for the highest good and it'll always help.
No, I love your videos.
Born merchant.
It's just a pleasure to meet somebody vibrating so high and with such a positive message. And it'd be good to chat again and see how we go along, because this journey is it's just amazing, isn't it?
It's the best thing that I've ever experienced in my life.
Yeah, same here. It's unreal. So look, thank you very much for your time. It's been a real pleasure. And I'm going to learn how to do this stop recording thing, because normally I cut people off. So I'll say goodbye to everybody watching, and then I'll carry on talking to you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye.